Hi. In an election, there are 4 candidates and 80% of the registered voters casted their vote. One of the candidates received 30% of the casted votes, while the other 3 received the remaining casted votes in the proportion of 1:2:3. If the winner of the election received 2512 votes more than the candidate with second highest votes, then the number of registered voters was how many? Let's say the number of registered voters is 100x. Now the winner, one of the candidates received 30% of the votes while the other 3 received, so the first, not the winner, the candidate 1 that we are talking about received 30% of the casted votes. Now only 80% of the registered voters voted, right? Okay, and we have to figure out registered voters. So let's say the number of registered voters is 100x, out of which 80x casted their votes. So only 80x votes were casted total. Out of this casted votes, 30% of them were received by candidate 1, this candidate. So 30% of 80x is 24x. So the first candidate receives 30% of 80x, 24x. Now out of 80x, 24x have been received by the first candidate. So how many votes are remaining? Now the number of votes remaining are 80x minus 24x, that is 56x. Okay. Now out of this 56x votes, they are distributed amongst the other 3 candidates in the proportion of 1:2:3. Okay. So that means candidate 2 receives 1 out of 6, 1/6 of 56x votes, right? So the second candidate receives 1 part out of 6, 1/6 of these remaining votes. So he receives 1/6 of 56x, that is 28. This goes by 2 28 times, this goes by 2 3. 28 by 3x. 28 by 3 is 9.33x. Similarly, the third candidate will receive 2 parts out of 6, 2/6 or 1/3 of 56x votes. So 1/3 of 56 is 18.66x. And the last candidate, the fourth candidate, receives 3 parts out of 6, 3/6 or half of the remaining votes. So half of 56 is 28x votes. So these are the number of votes received by the last 3 candidates, and this is the first. Not last 3 in terms of standing, but this is the first candidate that we are talking about. These are the last 3 candidates that we are talking about. Now question finally says the winner of the election. Now who is going to be the winner of this election? Obviously this guy. He received the highest number of votes. So the winner received 2512 votes more than the second highest candidate. Now the second highest candidate out of these 3 is obviously this. So the difference between the votes of these 2 candidates is 2512. So 28x minus 24x is 2512. 4x is equal to 2512, hence x is 2512 by 4, which is 628. So x is 628, and the question is the number of registered voters was how many? So we assume that the number of registered voters is 100x, right? So it comes out to be 100 into 628, which is 62,800. This is the number of registered voters. Hence option D is the right answer here. Thank you.